Hey everybody, wanted to give you all a quick look at the RCBS powder checker die and basically tell you all why I went with this die over the Hornady powder cop or the RCBS lockout die. Pretty much the short of it is, with this setup right here, with the O-ring on the rod and the rubber top, I believe with this setup I can tell if I'm off within 0.2 grains, whereas a Hornady powder cop just has the rod coming up through the top of the die with the O-ring on top of it. I could be wrong about that, but I just feel like I can get a better feel for exactly how my powder dispenser's throwing. Any one of them will work if you're just trying to look for squib loads or double charges. But with this one, to me, if my powder throw or my powder dispenser's throwing more than 0.3 grains variance between the between each load, that's no good. Because basically when I'm using this, I need to be right on the money. And that gives me the most accurate visual inspection down to a T. Now this one comes out of the box. It's going to have your little setup guide. It's going to have this rod right here that screws into the top of the die. You'll have this O-ring that slips down on it, and you can set that at any height. By the way, that right there is set up for my 45 ACP loads with my 200 grain Hornady XTP jacketed hollow point. That base right there on the bottom of the rod, that's the large diameter base, and that's what I've been using on my 45 loads. You'll also have this small diameter base, which I'll switch over to that for my 9mm loads. Most likely. I think that large base will fit down in the 9mm case, but we'll see how that goes. I'll probably switch to the smaller one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I don't need the lockout feature. Some people say they like the lockout die because that way they don't have to look at it, visually inspect it each time. If you're going so fast that you don't have time to visually inspect, hope you can keep all your fingers. But this is the one I chose because I don't need the lockout feature, and I feel like it can get me a hair more precise judgment than the Hornady powder cop. Basically, I've just got it in a lock and load bushing, and I stick it right there after my powder dropper, powder dispenser, whatever you want to call it. And when the ram comes up with a shell, the powder will push that up. And I have it set to where when it's right on the money, it'll just clear. It'll clear that O-ring. So if it's right there or right there, I know that it's off. But just wanted to give you all a quick preview of that, and of course I'll get some videos of me actually loading some ammo with that die. I already gave a press preview, didn't really talk in it, just loaded some ammo. But next up I'm going to have some 9mm, some 124 grain XTP loads. I'll load up and I'll talk a little bit during that one, walk you through this process and showcase that die a little bit more. Later.